We're the Sunderkids.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome to Everyday Vibes with the Sunderkids.
Yes. And I'm Brittany.
And I'm Matthew, and we be vibing every day. How
We
you
be
been
vibing
vibing
every
this week, Brittany? How
day.
you been vibing?
Oh man, honestly, really good. There's been no medical emergencies, so like that's a plus. That's a
Nice.
huge plus.
Thank goodness.
And we've been like not I don't want to say dead. We've had like pockets of, rager lines and
Yeah, of
rushes.
course.
But these
Naturally.
like slow times have been like very slow and the weather has been very weird. I mean, like a week and a half ago it poured down snow and then today it was
Really?
72 and then tomorrow's supposed to be thunderstorms. Next day is supposed to be down to 38. So 72 tomorrow, 38 the next day. Classic Midwest. So I feel like it's been and it's been a full moon. So it's been like weird in the shop. So we've had a little bit of downtime. So we've been able to practice latte art, which has been very fun. To just steam milk and kind of play with it. And just like, yeah, it feels good in the shop right now. It feels like
Yeah.
fun and good and
So do you got the
flowy.
leaf down, or what are you doing with the
I have
latte
nothing.
art?
I have got a heart that looks like a ball sack, is
Any
what it kind
smiley
of turns
faces?
out to
No?
be.
Oh, it's just ball sacks?
Just ball sacks, lots of ball sacks. I mean, because it's like you kind of wiggle and then you build and then you pull it forward and it's expanded like a heart is what. But
Yeah.
here's the deal: I'm going to a class. I'm going to the Seattle
You are
Barista
going to that?
Academy
Yeah.
in April. So I'm supposed to learn like things there, like four different things, not
Okay.
parts. So I'm very excited because I haven't had like proper training. That's like you got to spend time. You can't be just like, because I just dump it in a cup. Like, I'm not going to lie. I'm not doing latte art in your fucking large, cup. You just need,
Yeah.
I'm putting a top on it. Like,
You're not gonna put the printer and have the print off the face.
no, and I'm
They
not
have
going to
that.
like sprinkle cinnamon on different like
You can put a photo on the
stencils.
top of a latte.
Interesting. Which
Yeah,
would be cool, like if that's the thing, but you're paying more for
that's
that.
your
People just
shtick.
want like things. They just
Yeah.
want it with a top, they just want it to go and they
Mm,
want it super
mm,
sweet. They're
mm.
out.
Yeah.
But so it's honestly been nice in the shop because we've been doing like fun in-house lattes. Random people have
Nice.
ordered in-house lattes. So, and that's like comes in a mug. So you want it to be pretty. So it's been nice being able to have that time to like, actually go through.
Yeah.
But which means I'm making a lot of them for myself or Drew's making them and we just keep drinking them. So
Just keep
I'm
drinking
like,
them.
you know,
Lattes for life.
lattes and then I have to come in and like check the
Living the
espresso
vida
right. So I
latte.
sip a triple shot, then I sip a double
Triple
shot,
shot,
and
double
I'm just like,
shots, double
okay, cool,
shot,
that's
shot.
coffee for right now. And then I drink coffee later, like drip coffee.
Jeez.
And then, yeah, I mean it's like constant, but you kind of like have to in a way,
Yeah.
like I'm supposed to try these shots periodically because like the machine can be wrong, the PSI can be wrong, something can be stuck and it's not like
Mm.
a consistent taste. It's a thing.
Yeah. Okay.
You have to
All
like
right.
dial in the espresso machine and like you've been slinging shots all
Well, just get
day.
yeah,
You
you're
want to like
just
check
getting
it, check
freaking
it, check it.
wired checking it.
Yeah. And of course I don't
It's like
eat,
the
right? I
drunk
don't eat
wine
breakfast. So I'm
taster.
just like, and then by 1 o'clock, 1:30, when I kind of go on a half break, I don't want to eat because I've just like ran a half marathon, I feel like, in
Uh-huh.
the kitchen. And then I don't eat. And then I'm like, oh, I need my afternoon coffee. Then by the time I come home, I'm like, I should probably eat some food. That
You
would
need
be
to get
good on the
just
tummy.
like a single fruit item for that break, like a banana or an apple or
Yes.
some sort of
So
nuts
I'm bringing
to
back my
accompany
my
your
smoothies.
coffee. Okay, you're bringing back the smoothies.
Yes, and I was
Now,
taking baby food for a hot minute. Um, so
yep, because you love your baby food, but
yeah,
it
love me
might
some
be
baby
better
food.
just to have the smoothies.
Yeah, and then I've got my spinach in there. I've got
Yeah,
some avocado in there. That's good.
nice.
Um, yeah, it's ridiculous because I mean I don't eat breakfast because that's like my thing. But then we hit a rush and boom, like the day is gone. I blink
Yeah. I have
and
to have my 2
you
eggs
know,
and paratha every
do
morning.
you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
After I
It's
did
it's
intermittent
yeah.
fasting, it really I'm like, oh, dude, I get queasy if I eat in the morning. Like I
Yeah.
legit get
There
nauseous.
was a couple times this week that I had to get up and go without having my breakfast, which kinda
How'd that
sucked
go?
because, well, I don't have really anything at work,
Okay.
or available. So
You need like a
it
granola bar
wasn't until
stash.
yeah, and there used to be one downstairs. It was
Uh,
fantastic.
till they
They
all were
accidentally
gone.
bought a big box of granola little chewy bars
Mm,
for for our little concession stand, but we don't sell them and they're not coded in our software. So
gotcha.
it was like, well, we can give these to the staff, and I was like, oh wait, hold up, this was like the secret managerial like staff.
Yeah.
Like, so this is so we kept it in the
Exposed.
cage. So
Oh, nice.
it was behind lock and key that only,
Saved.
so whenever I needed it, I would go down and I'd grab two, and that would usually be my entire lunch,
Interesting.
for an
Okay.
entire
Okay.
8-10 hour shift.
Yeah.
Just two little chewy granola. But those days have long gone. I've ate all that pack, that giant
Yeah.
box,
Yeah.
slowly but surely. But yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's just like a
Now I
grab and
need
go
to.
situation. And just like I don't want a lot. Like I used to think
Yeah,
like, oh, I'll eat like a salad at work, but I don't want a
you
full
just need like
salad. Like I
a
don't need
banana.
three serving. Yes, I need baby
Yeah.
food. It's that easy. But
Yeah.
yeah, I need a nanner. I need a cutie. I need something that's light
Yeah.
and something. Some,
Yeah.
some.
I like my apples.
Yeah.
And for me, like my lunches, if even if I do take a lunch, I'll go to Safeway and get a bagel and
Yeah.
an apple, and
Yeah.
that total will be $2.20. So
Yeah.
I
But
I'm living that cheat. Like I
yeah.
don't want to spend more than $2.20
Yes.
on a
Yes.
lunch.
Yes.
Like I got
Amen.
enough to sustain me for a couple
Yes.
hours until I
Yes.
get home where I have real food.
Yes. Yeah. That is how I feel very much
Yeah.
so. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
I
yeah,
work
yeah,
at
yeah.
a cafe. I do have to pay for the food. So,
Mhm.
it's still 50% off. But that still means I'm spending money.
Yeah.
Like I have
There's only
food at
fast
home. I
food
have
around
food at home.
our place in Tukwila, the pool.
Yeah.
So, I mean, these kids will go and get all these different fast foods and have
Yeah.
that for their lunch and stuff
Yeah.
before the stuff. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Then you're just
It
exhausted.
was crazy. On the swim team, like the coach got a bunch of pizzas for both the people, the
Oh,
volunteers
pizza
that were
sounds good.
doing, the clocks and the starters, but then
Yeah.
also the 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 athletes, the kids. So they're all munching on slices of pizza right before the swim meet. I'm like, this is before the swim meet.
Oh man,
What are you doing?
what are you doing?
What are you doing?
But at
Wait.
that point, it's a hobby,
At that point, yeah, yeah.
I remember eating sugar cubes and licking honey off my and eating Jello
But right
packets.
before swimming a race,
I mean, not right before, but after,
yeah,
or like in the middle
after
of it.
that's the key.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay. But okay, bagels.
bagels.
Last weekend, I did go over to Sasha's house and we used, or she kind of made the dough. I was just there for
Okay,
emotional support. But we made from her
she
sourdough
made
starter. She made from her sourdough starter everything bagels. I dipped the
everything
everything
bagels.
bagels. Everything bagels. Sourdough, everything
Sourdough
bagels.
style edition. Sourdough edition.
And we tried to do
Okay.
blueberry, and then it was disgusting because it was, wet. And then you're
Yeah,
trying to wrap this dough, and it's not complying. They're too. It slides right out. So we tried to like pack them kind of like a ranza. So, and then it
with
was,
blueberries on
yeah,
the
like a
inside.
yeah,
Yeah, just
because
like
we
okay,
couldn't get it
so jelly
integrated like
filled,
into
but
the
the
dough.
jelly's just blueberries. I
Blueberries.
I would actually fuck with that if that was a donut with just actual
Yeah,
big ass
but
blueberries, like a normal donut with
yeah,
blueberries on a core. Yes,
that'd
yes,
be
please.
sweet. Like a covered Danish.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But also bagel style too.
But yeah, it was
You know.
bagels. So I was like, sourdoughy, but then this like blue inside. But the everything bagels were fire, and they were
And you
short
had
and
the
stout.
everything seasoning.
Yeah, I had the everything seasoning. Then we ran out of it, so then I made some out of like minced onion and like the
Oh,
dried minced onion, and then the
so
poppy
you
seeds with
had
honey mayo.
everything?
I had almost everything.
Oh,
Not everything. I didn't have any sesame seeds. But the rest I was like, let's
yeah.
and
Let's
then
see.
everything seasoning I don't think has minced onion in it. Um but they turn out
No.
really good.
Yeah.
And
That
yeah, I'm kind of shocked. I've never made
homemade,
bagels
yeah, homemade bagels.
because you have to like boil them and
Yep.
then you have to bake them. And you have to like prep this dough and then you got to put the holes in them. Then you got to make them rise, you know. There's like
Yeah.
weird
Bit of a
steps.
process.
Bit of a process, but honestly turned out great. So now I've got bagels in the fridge or the freezer,
That
I
is
guess.
awesome.
So that's
I'm so
nice.
jealous.
Cut
Homemade
costs.
bagels. Ah. Oh, that
Yeah.
sounds so good.
Oh, and I made homemade flour tortillas yesterday, or yeah, yesterday. And honestly, they're kind of ass. They're like a bit. They don't like fall. They are like
Okay.
flat. They're cushy, but they're not flexible. Yeah, they're kind of weird. But they're like they feel pancakey in a way. I
Okay.
don't know. They're odd. But I'm trying to dip them in stuff, you know, use them.
Yeah,
But I
see
wanted
see
to
what
make
happens.
tortillas. I was craving
Yeah.
tortillas.
I got some different type of parathas. It's like a chapati
Oof.
bread. So it tastes more like what I used to make with my whole wheat flour when I
Okay.
made it by hand,
Yep.
which is good because like it has probably more whole wheat in it than
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
the the other
That you
parathas that I have, which are more flaky and croissanty. But
yeah. Oh
I
god.
went over to Grocery Outlet and get my beer, but they had some avocados on sale, so I checked them out a little bit, squished a couple of. Oh yeah, that one's nice and good. So I took them home, cut one entire avocado, and just put it on a paratha,
Yum.
and then just put some salt on it, and just ate that. That
Yum.
was my meal. It was great. It was fantastic.
Avocado prata. So avocado
Uh huh. It's
toast.
like avocado.
So
Yeah,
good.
pretty much. Uh huh.
So if you do that next time, add a little everything bagel seasoning and a little balsamic glaze.
Do you think I have everything bagel seasoning
Mom bought
and
it for me,
balsamic?
so I just assumed she bought it for you. And honestly, I
I don't
kind
think
of
so.
think you would have balsamic glaze.
Yeah, I should, but I probably don't.
Yeah, okay. That checks. Well, next
Yeah,
time, that's kind of how we serve it at the shop. And everything bagel, avocado, microgreens, balsamic glaze, everything seasoning.
that's awesome.
And for Lent right
That's
now, we've got a salmon bagel, and it's good. Like
Do
lox
you
and
call it
capers
salmon
and red
bagel or
onion.
lox? Yeah, 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 yeah. It's a lox bagel.
It's a lox bagel. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
yeah, I didn't realize all the
I
differences
That's my
between that,
favorite
like
bagel.
smoked salmon and lox. Lox.
Yeah, that is my favorite for a bagel. Whenever we go to Blazing Bagels, that is my go-to. I freaking love it,
Mm,
and I love the capers. Whoo!
mm.
Hooey! I
Mm,
love
and
it.
it's got like a dill cream cheese, like sounds so good, so good. Are
So
you a bit
good. Sorry,
laggy as
you're
well?
yeah, yeah, yeah. So I just noticed that here. I'm gonna pause it and we'll
Okay.
restart. Maybe. No. Here, let me just stop it.
Well, the winds
We're back.
are strong, I shall say. The sunset's gorgeous, but these trees are whipping, and that's definitely the
The
reason for it.
trees are whipping.
Yes. Thunderstorms in the forecast tomorrow.
Tomorrow there is thunderstorms in the podcast.
In the podcast. Yes,
In the
that's for sure.
podcast. Water under the fridge.
Water under the fridge. I gotta look up more of those. I gotta start. Yeah.
Yeah.
Trailer Park Boys, legit. But okay, so
so,
I gotta tell you
so
about today.
you gotta tell me about
Today has
today.
been a day. So it's my day off, right? I have Mondays off.
Yeah.
And so I scheduled a dentist appointment. I needed to be an
Bum
adult.
bum
And I have been
bum.
looking into a dentist appointment for a while now. Okay, a
How
while.
long has it been since your last dentist appointment?
Since I lived in Macomb, so honestly, like 2.5 years ago, not that long ago. I don't think that
Yep.
that's bad at all, to be honest.
It's not the worst.
No, not at all.
It's not
Um,
like it's not 2 decades. you know.
No. And I had great dental care in Peace Corps, and that kind of set me up for success. But
That's
I
good.
can feel things and I can see like two black spots. And I think it's like where
Mm.
caramel goes, and I eat ginger candies and they're chewy and they get them stuck up there, and then they kind of sit there
And I
for a
guess,
while, and then I suck on them
but
later.
then,
And
don't you
then
have these nifty little picks now that everybody else
I
has?
do. I do, and I use them quite often. But I just think sugar, man, sugar just freaking
Sugar.
kills things.
It gets in
And it
there and
sits
it
there
rots
just
it.
a little bit. Yeah, it just gets in there. So then if it's already there, it's freaking going for it. So I'm like, okay, I need to do this. I don't have dental insurance because I even looked into it. Like I have marketplace health insurance finally. And so then I looked into dental insurance, but literally could not find anything that would be covered around these parts. So that
Yeah,
sucks.
really.
Um so no insurance. Okay, great. So fine. I'm thinking, I'm used to the chiropractor. When you don't have insurance, it's honestly kind of cheaper because then you don't have to deal with the insurance people. And it's just like, okay, Um,
No. I would feel
yeah,
like it's like
not
medical and vision where it's way more expensive.
I don't know. At least like I mean, like still it's gonna be expensive, but I
No,
don't
like
know. Not as
prescription
much. I don't know.
glasses are so much cheaper when you have vision insurance.
Well, yes, okay, but to find any sort of dental, I mean, like it's impossible. So it's not
I got you.
even
I got you. Yeah,
like
it has to
whatever.
be part of a
But
separate
I'm
plan and
I'm
shit.
still thinking like, okay, it's not gonna be like that much. Like I'm used to what dentists, whatever. But negative ghostwriter. So I go in for this appointment and I had said, like, it's not a cleaning, like this is I need like dental work. So they're doing
My tooth is
x-rays.
hurting.
My teeth are sensitive and I need help. So they do like a full exam, right? And they had quoted me $250. So I'm like, okay, fine.
Just for
I'm
the
doing
exam.
just for the exam. I'm doing x-rays. Like, okay, I kind of get that. But then the appointment's literally 30 minutes. Quick x-rays because they've got like all the top-notch equipment, right? Then he's going,
So for that X-ray, do they have you put that like paper like
so
teeth thing that
back
was
that's
in
kind
there,
of
and
back
then
in the
like
day, right?
ah,
So I had to
and
do
then
that
it
for
just
two
feels it's
close-ups.
just
Yes,
it
and you
just
want to kind
like
of gag.
gets in your gum and oh yeah.
Oh, I know, yes. N
No,
Not
so
at
you didn't have to do
first.
that?
I had to do 2 of those later, because he
Okay,
wanted the
because those are like the
close-ups.
back teeth,
Those, but he did it for, like, the
right?
front to get right in the middle. Because the thing is I did the machine that goes around your head, and you put your
Okay.
teeth on this thing, and she was asking about my earrings. She was like, "Can you take these out?" And I was like, "No." So I didn't, because that's also, like, a pain in the ass, like, "Lady, no, I've never taken these out in my
No.
life. No way." So I made her show me my whole teeth imprint. I was like, "I wanna see." And I look like a fish. It's, like, 2 rings on my nose, right? And then there's like rings, just like rings everywhere, and then teeth, and then eye sockets. It's pretty sick, honestly. Um, but so I
Damn.
had to do that one, and that got like my whole teeth, like my whole jaw.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't get like the close up, and where my cavities are is they're between teeth, right? They're like in the crevices.
Yep. Of
So I
course.
had to get 2 closer up ones with the one that you had to bite. So then you're like doing the thing, and then holding it, and I kept having blurry on the left. I think I kept quivering. Then my eyes are watering because 'cause I'm, like, looking outside, there's a big window, and then the sun's in my eyes,
Yep.
but, like, I can't control it.
Mm-hmm.
So, whatever. So, okay, they find all these things, and he's rattling off, rattling off. I'm like, "Oh my god, I am fucked." And,
And
you
this is
need
the
this and
whole
this.
reason that you hesitated to go in the first place because you kind of knew that this was going to be
Hefty. Yeah. Like,
hefty.
I just kinda could feel it.
You
So, I've been
know?
taking a lot more better care, right? I've been trying to do, like,
Yeah.
coconut oil pulling in my teeth and, like, doing just a lot
Coconut oil
my
pulling? What the fuck is
Yes.
that?
So, I guess it's, like, an ancient thing. So, there's, like, coconut oil that
Oh,
you can
very
get with
ancient.
different, like,
So many
essential
cultures
oils
with
and stuff in
coconuts.
them. and like tea tree and clove and all these natural things. And then you keep it in your mouth kind of as a mouthwash. Coconut oil, it goes to liquid when it's hot.
Uh-huh.
And you swish around a little bit for like at least 10 minutes, and it's like it pulls out kind of the toxins out of your teeth. So I did that right when I started to feel sensitivity, and the sensitivity went down so much, which was great. But obviously, it's not like a whole massive fix, I think.
Yeah.
So that's why I went. But I've been like doing more things like that, and like, flossing and brushing a lot
Mhm.
more, and like blah, 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 and just like immediately right when I get up, doing mouthwash and then doing my workout. So I'm not like drinking water and just having all the shit that was in my mouth and my teeth all night long go back down into my body. It's kind of
Yeah.
gross. So that's good. Um, so yeah, he's rattling off things like, we just got done with the right side and there's like 4 items. And then I think 2 on the left. So she's like, okay, let's get you some appointments, like 2 long ones. And I'm like, yeah, man, this would be great, just bust it out. And I'm thinking, like a few $100. Like, I get it. It's going to cost me some money, but like, you know, chill, dog. And so I'm like, okay, let's make these appointments, and I make one and then I
Mhm.
make the second one for the week after. And I go up to the desk and she's like, here's a printout of like, the fees. I go, I got to cancel that second appointment. And she's like, okay, we totally understand. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I'm looking at it. So yeah, today. So your charge fee today is $251, like you were quoted. Okay, great. Great. Your appointment for your right side. We'll do the right side first. That's got the most, and that's where I feel the sensitivity. So okay, great. Right side is $1,600. And the left side is $1,200. And then they were like, we'd want to set you up for cleaning. It's good to have a cleaning. I'm like, yeah, bitch, I fucking know. I was out of town. Like, I just move around a lot. Like, chill. But a cleaning is $315. I'm like,
So 3 grand to
yes,
fix your
literally.
teeth real fast.
Uh huh. Yeah. And I know that your teeth literally are the outlook of your whole body and your health in general. And it starts
Mhm.
with your teeth. I mean, that like can go up to your brain, that can go to your eyes. There's so many veins and things that like would toxic in your like that. I could give 2 shits about a lot of things in my body, but my teeth are so important to me. And then this is
Ugh.
$3,000. And I'm like, okay, how to be healthy is so crazy. Like, and I feel
Mhm.
like, I mean, I'm not like a bad teeth person in general,
Yeah, yeah, you have the whitest, pearliest teeth of them all.
yeah, I'm a pearly white girl and but I eat a lot. I have a sugar addiction, classic. But still, I brush my teeth a lot. And then in Costa, they brush their teeth after every meal, which was like good habit. And all
Yeah.
this, but still, man.
So, I mean, I brush my teeth and stuff, but that's why I always have these picks
Yeah.
and toothpicks is because I have that gap.
Yeah.
Because right before COVID, I had a dentist appointment at that Seuss Creek. So we've had trouble as a family out here in Washington with
Yeah.
this dental place. So first of all, they messed up my tooth where they did the filling and took out some cavities, but it just it took up the entirety of the space from the tooth to the other tooth, and so it basically just like
Oh,
clogged it up, so I could never floss in there. So instead
wow.
of like
Right.
actually fixing it, it's just like they just glued over my tooth, and it was like, wait. So
What?
So then, but they messed up Dad's crown. The
Yeah.
crown fell off like twice, and the next doctor that actually like took a look at his teeth was like, "This was such horrible craftsmanship."
Damn.
So yeah, so mine fell out. That bit of glue that was
Damn.
like right there fell out like 2 weeks after, but
Okay.
that 2 weeks was when the entire world shut down in
Oof.
March of 2020. So, and it was
Yeah,
just like,
not
sure as
getting
shit, I'm
that
not going to go
maintenance
back to
done.
this place that messed it up the first time and
No.
say, hey, you got to fix it better.
Yeah.
I don't trust them. So, and with everything shut down, I just adopted having to do this and doing the old floss, the Listerine and the mouthwash and brushing my teeth all the time.
Yeah.
But I'm sure it's pretty bad. Um, and I'm dreading having to go get it fixed because I
Yeah,
just
it's
know it's also going to be a very pretty penny.
yeah,
And
painful.
luckily, I have our cousin Danielle, who is a dentist.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be scheduling an appointment with her. But
Yeah, and, like, dental
I'm
insurance,
dreading.
it's like
Yeah, I'm just dreading the day to actually do that. So I've been just putting it off.
yeah,
Same as you, because this
yeah,
is also just a horror story. $3,000. It took me
yep,
about a year to get done with my credit card debt, and
yep,
that's just a bit over that. So
yep. So that's cool.
that throw me back like fucking 6
Yeah.
months.
I wanna check with other people, though, because I feel
Get a second opinion.
like, can you guys do this and not have it be that much? Because holy moly, that is a pretty penny that I do not wanna pay, that I do not have to pay. And then I shouldn't
Yes.
pay, but
No.
then I need to pay, I need it done.
Yes.
What? Because
Yeah.
if you let it go, what are you looking at? Maybe a root
I
canal?
know. Yeah,
It's
I
like
just don't want my tooth to actually fucking fall out,
yes,
you
and if
know?
I already feel pain, like, I know that goes down to deep roots, and then I'm like, "You're in so much pain, and it's 5 grand, and you're, like, out for a few days of work," and then it's like, "Ah, okay, okay."
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I tried to get in for a long time. You can do cleanings up at the college for $20, the
Oh,
dentistry,
nice. Yeah, yeah.
place. But, you gotta be there for a few hours, and you gotta get through to them. I've called a million times, and then they call me back, but then I call it, like, normal business hours, and they're, like, never there. I don't know when they're there. They don't have their hours posted. My gosh,
They
I
got
need to get
class, Brittany,
in.
they got
I
class.
guess, yeah, it is all students working it. But yeah, so that was the dentist today. And then now I'm like, okay, so ramen will be on the menu for a while.
Yeah,
Like shift priority in what needs to be done.
yeah,
Um, yeah, we're just gonna hunker down for a hot minute.
yeah, you're gonna have to adopt the Matthew Sunderman broke as fuck diet. Um,
Okay, just spinach
mainly
with
just
cheddar cheese,
spinach, cheddar
paratas and
cheese,
eggs.
potatoes and eggs,
All right.
and then whole wheat bread with eggs
Okay.
and cheese,
Okay.
combine it all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then a lot of times I would have a cup of rice and then put my teriyaki sauce
Ooh,
and
yum yum.
two of my runny eggs and just whip that all together
Yum. Fuck
and just nom that boom 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 boom
yeah.
boom
Yes.
down the hatch.
That sounds
And
pretty good.
it's actually so delicious.
Mm,
But yeah, I call that like my poor man
yeah.
uh fried rice because it wasn't fried.
Yeah,
you know
yeah. You
but
could have
it's
fried it.
rice. I could, but oh man, it's just so delicious. Just
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
and it's so cheap. I get a 25-pound bag of rice,
Yeah, for
even
sure.
cheaper than ramen. But I'm sure you'll get more calories for your dollar with ramen.
Yeah. I don't
You
need
know,
any of this shit, but yes. I'm like,
yeah,
okay. I got carrots, I got cucumbers. I gotta
yeah, yeah,
be
yeah, yeah.
better. But yeah, I mean, it's like freaking A, Brittany, no more baking. Like this morning, I made a beautiful lemon blueberry crisp bar.
Ooh,
And
yeah.
oh, it's so good. I wanted to like figure
Eh,
out some springtime flavors. And mm,
isn't it crazy? It's almost springtime.
yes, it is end of February. I cannot believe it's end of February. Oh, Matthew.
Brittany,
Matthew.
Brittany,
You know what I did this week?
what did you do this
This
week?
is massive,
What'd you do
okay?
this week? What is massive? What is huge? What
I
is going on?
I finished Sophie's World.
Oh,
I have had this book
nice.
for how many years? I think since college.
College, for sure,
Like
college. I give
2010,
it to
maybe
you.
2011,
Definitely,
maybe like
like,
when I
yeah.
graduated high school. And I have
No,
read.
because I read it as like a sophomore or junior in college.
Okay,
And
so it
then
was a
I
little bit later.
got you your own
But I'd
copy.
say
Yeah.
10 years, you know?
Oh, for sure.
10 years. And I would read bits and pages, and that would be like the book, that or Ishmael. I would like take places with me. Like if I read it, great. If I don't, great. And I'd always just pick up where I left off. I kind of just like vaguely remembered what was happening and then just kept going. Okay, fine. Well, then I had the idea. I'm going down to Arkansas. I'm going to put this on audiobook. I'm just going to, nut up and do this. So I
Nice.
did. And then I had like a few hours left from after my journey. So then today and yesterday, I've just been listening through it over like the record player,
Mm-hmm.
and just absorb. And then I finished it. So
Nice. How'd you like it?
yeah, it was pretty good. It was like yeah, intro to philosophy, but then like
It's
at the
just, yeah.
end, it was like, wait, you're not even real. You guys are like the people in the book.
Yeah, yeah, right.
Like that's trippy as hell. That's
Uh-huh.
you
Uh-huh.
know Yeah. It was good. It was good.
That's
I
good.
think, yeah, I need to get that for Clove. I think
Are
that
you
would
gonna
be
be
good.
a stoicist now?
Yeah, and see, like, I couldn't tell you really what that is. I'm not gonna lie. I would have
No
to
stoicism for you?
go back into my book, you know. See, that's the thing. I need to like absorb more of the details. I get the overall vibe, but yeah, you
It'll
know,
go. Yeah, repetition. Repetition.
repetition.
It's just
Um,
repetition.
yes. So speaking of media,
Media.
what else happened this week in the
This
world of media?
this week was very significant in the world of media because
Why?
Netflix Avatar the Last Airbender aired and
Oh,
bended and
oh.
water bended and earth bended and fire bended all in one.
And how do you feel compared to the movie?
Oh, compared to the movie, this was, infinitely better. Infinitely
Infinitely.
better.
Infinite.
Oh my gosh, that movie is such trash.
Yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan Ding Dong.
Yeah.
Ah, fuck you for that movie.
Absolutely not.
Just like, are you
Yeah.
kidding me?
But
Yes,
they came out of the ashes for this one. And they
they
really
did.
were like,
They
fuck that
did.
movie. We are going to make this what you want.
Yes. Yes. So how'd you like it, Brittany?
I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yes.
I was excited to see what Boomy looked like. I just was so excited for Boomy. I get very pumped for Boomy. Um,
Yeah, you like the booms.
I like the Boomy. And so like that was fun. Like to be in the earth game, to make that come alive as those like slides and my cabbages and like all the voices and you like recognize things, like it feels right. Like all the characters feel right.
Yep.
I feel like they really got the whole vibe. And then, fucking Appa, not Appa, but fucking Kim's Convenience. Appa's Uncle
Iro.
Iroh. And so like that's fun. Um yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's good. It's good. I thoroughly enjoyed myself,
Oh,
but
here comes the
and
critiques.
I do have critiques
Yeah, let's hear it.
naturally. So I mean,
Naturally.
um, so one the like you have to like the acting itself. Like these are young actors,
Young
young
actors.
actors. So I
Correct.
can forgive
The horde acting.
their yeah,
Yeah.
the horrible acting.
Yes.
And some of the dialogue that they gave these people, they gave 100%, and delivered their lines perfectly. But some of the lines were just like, okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I did like how 100% the landscapes and all of the sets, the bending, the special effects, all of that,
Very good.
hella amazing.
Yes.
I didn't realize until today when I was looking it up a little bit, $20 million per episode.
Shut
You can
up.
see why, because like visually
Well, yeah, you have to
fantastic.
airbend. Like that is such
Airbend,
a
the
specific.
Omashu, like even the
Yes.
water bend. Like I wish some of the fight scenes were a little more intense, but
Yeah, and
like
bendy.
overall,
They're
yeah,
physical.
overall,
They're a lot more physical. But yeah, they're sick. I mean, they're
yeah, leagues above what that movie was.
yeah.
And and to take a cartoon and then put it into a live action medium that is a very cartoony cartoon, where you're doing all these magical and fantastical things,
Yes, yes, yes.
it's hard to do that,
Yes.
successfully here. But I think they really did. And I did like how they combined certain arcs and storylines, like the Jet, Omashu, Mechanist were all combined.
Yes.
But that did, like the Mechanist was originally from a different air temple, so
Yes.
we only got to see one air temple instead of like the two or three that we saw in
Yes.
the original cartoon first
Yes.
season.
Yes.
But the way that they combined it all, I felt like served the plot really well in order to
Yes.
keep it all contained within these things. But some of it was clunky, you
Like
know.
what? Like what?
Um, like the Spirit World one, where like they bring in the owl,
Yeah, for what
and the
reason?
owls, yeah, the owls from the
Library.
sunken library,
Yeah.
yes. So the library of Wan Shi Tong, so they have to go to this library to get information on the solstice
Yes.
and the thing in order to go on to their journey.
Yes.
And in the show, Zhao actually gets there first and finds all this information, and that's how he's able to know when to attack the Northern Water Tribe. Like it
Mm,
explains his motive, like how he progressed instead of being a puppet of Azula like he is in this show.
yes.
He was more has his own motivations as a crafty, shifty,
Yeah. Admiral.
military guy.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah. But yeah, the
I would have liked
owl
to see
not in the
Iroh a little
library was
more. Yeah, and I would have liked to see Iroh a little more funny.
me, yeah, and like chipper,
Yeah,
like
yeah, yeah, yeah,
involved more, you know?
yeah.
He is like a
Because
sideline.
yeah, and even in the parts where, like when he gets captured and he goes on the backs with the Earth Kingdom people,
Yeah.
like in the show, he like does this whole fighting scene. And he fights all these people off, and then they're like chilling in a hot spring, and they're
Oh,
just making
yeah.
tea.
Yeah,
Remember
yeah.
that shit's hilarious and awesome,
Yes,
like
it's great.
badass. And then
So
and
Uncle
then
Iroh, everyone wants White Lotus, everyone wants
yeah,
tea.
like he had some good wisdom and stuff, but I feel like they kind of muted
Yeah,
how funny and but like they gave him a more serious vibe, you know.
yeah, and maybe he'll
Um
get more chipper, I don't know.
yeah. And then I was so Azula. Did you like the addition of Azula in season 1? Cuz she's not in season 1 at all in the original
Yeah,
series.
it
She's only introduced in season 2.
and the girls weren't either, right? They're
Yep.
kinda like
Nope.
yeah, and Azula to me needs to be a little more of a fucking bacon. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's, like,
I don't think she's psycho
psychotic.
enough.
Yeah.
The actor
She's
wasn't
like,
like
you know? Yeah, and her
yeah,
friend
evil,
needs to be a
maniacal.
lot more fucking more like Azula.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Her, like, goth
Yeah.
friend needs to be way more
Like in the
fucking
original show, it's like not a question that she is by far the prodigy, the
quite.
best of the best. Like there's no doubt in the
Yeah.
Fire Lord's mind. Like the whole mind games with her in this show, I'm like that it doesn't need to be like that where we already established that she was the golden child
Yes.
that had the most investment
Yes.
and like she was the most talented, and
Yes.
it's based off of Zuko's relationship with her that this shit goes down, not her relationship with Zuko. You know,
Yes, agreed. Like he's
this
like
shows
wanting to be,
her
yeah, yeah,
relationship
yeah.
with Zuko,
Yes.
and I'm like, that takes away from her um, evil confidence. I think,
Totally.
you
Like
know.
she would decimate him in the show, like
Yeah,
it's not,
yeah,
she has
yeah,
the
yeah.
confidence
There's
of
no
more
question that
people.
she was like the best fire
Yes.
bender besides Ozai.
Yes.
There's no question.
Yes. And
There's no
Zuko
question.
means nothing. Like she is the
Yeah.
top.
He's
Yeah.
the banished bad boy. Like
Yeah.
fuck him.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's never in season 1. And yeah, she's way more. I did like, what's the like nice friend's name of hers that's like in pink?
Ty Lee.
Ty Lee. I liked her in that.
Yeah.
She
Yeah.
was,
Yeah. Yeah.
cute and, knew her space.
Because they don't really like introduce them,
They
because
introduced
you don't
nobody.
really
They don't
see
talk about
her to
mom
do
either.
like she's the gymnastic gal. Like I didn't
Yes.
see any backflips and any like crazy
No.
gymnastic things, and like maybe they'll bring that in with season
Usually she
2.
like walks into the room fucking twirling.
Yeah, she like does the
She like
back
doesn't
like
care. It's not like she's
yeah,
doing
yeah,
it
yeah.
on a mission. It's just like her
Yeah.
life.
That's just how she
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
But
and
and
so another thing,
yeah.
Sokka's
Sokka.
sexism. Sokka. How'd you like Sokka?
Sokka, I don't know. Yeah, he kind of I don't know. He kind of was an interesting vibe. I feel like he has a little too much confidence. Like I
Yeah, so
want
I
him to
mean,
be a little
they
more
changed
sheepish.
his kind of season 1 arc. So this one in the show is more about his warrior and being, a warrior and coming to
Yeah,
terms in his relationship with
his
what he thinks a
father
warrior
and
is.
life and mom.
Yeah, which he does do in the show, but in season 1, he has some very blatant sexism towards women are less, capable than men in these fighting situations. And then he gets smacked down by the Kyoshi warriors. And then his sister is like this badass
Yeah,
waterbender. And then they meet
and
Toph, who's
then
the best best earthbender.
yeah,
And like he
and
gets
Princess
shown up by
Yue
all
is
these.
a fucking moon.
Yes.
Yeah,
So he gradually, his story arc becomes less sexist, and
yes,
a better leader and more considerate.
yeah,
So without that element of the character development, like with live action show, the whole scenes with Suki is just like they just have a crush on each other.
yeah, yeah.
Like it's not like she's teaching him about respecting her as a warrior. It's her,
Teaching
telling
the
him that,
world.
you are the spirit of the warrior,
Yeah,
like,
like more pumping him
uh,
up.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Where the show was like tear him down
yeah.
in order
Show
to
him that
like
women have this, and
hump,
he's not needed.
sit down, be humble,
Sit down, be humble. Yes.
So I didn't think
Yeah,
Sokka
he's
got
got an
humbled enough.
attitude. No, he's like I'm the protect. Yeah, he's sexist in that way, but he's not like outwardly,
Yeah.
yeah,
And in the same token, like Katara in the original show was a lot more angry.
way
And
more
that
angry.
anger stemmed from her losing her mother to the Fire Nation and having that built up anger for her entire life. And, Sokka's fueling that with Ultra Protector and has to, protect against the Fire Nation. So
Yeah,
they have a lot of hate.
yeah.
So, but in this show, was Katara angry at all?
She got like
Did you see?
frustrated, but then I was waiting for the part that like Aang shows her up on the water. You know what I mean? And she gets
What? There was
pissed.
zero water bending from Aang.
Zero water
Zero.
bending from Aang. But during that time, right? He's like, "Oh, what? Like, let me see if I can do it." And he does it, and he does it well. And she gets pissed, and she fucking
Yeah.
storms off. And it was kind of like, man, like I want to be the only waterbender. So nothing about that shit happened, which I
Yeah.
thought like, okay.
And again, this
And
is
that was with
character
the
development,
scroll. So,
and this is like, classic kids maturing
yes.
type story arcs. And I can understand where, you don't want to have that trope of like an angry girl and like the sexist boy, but like also if you're trying to do basically a remake
Yeah,
of
that's
the
the thing,
original
is it's like
series,
there's nothing new.
then
Like, I would have gone word for word, like, the new Footloose is literally just redone,
pretty much,
like
yeah, yeah,
a
yeah,
Lion King. You're not doing anything different. This,
yeah,
you are changing character personalities, and
and
it's
and
no.
and that brings to a bigger point.
Mm,
Why, if you want to change something from a different medium, say cartoons, and translate it into live action, why would you try to take on the legacy and vibe of the original when you could just make something else? You know, Aang later in life, we know that he has some like tie-ins and certain things, like the backstories from Korra. You could have done that,
yeah, you could do
you know.
this in Peeps. I want a whole
Yeah,
soft
it
series.
could have been him as like a 30-year-old,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah,
like him
yeah,
as like in his mid-20s having to
yeah,
deal with his first, like his like second big thing
yeah,
after, like, he's 12 in the original series,
yeah.
and
Or
this all
have it as
happens with like a
kids
year.
later in life, like, just to
Yeah,
pass down, create the whole new storyline, but you still have
yeah.
a base of everything.
Or you could just do a completely different Avatar. Like, this is the creators of Avatar. Like, it's the same studio. Like, they did a really
Interesting.
good deal with Netflix in order to create all this stuff, like with Avatar Studios.
Yeah,
So, like, they're already trying to build other stuff,
yeah.
and like,
Interesting.
why not just do that? Like, again, visually stunning. I was entertained.
Yes, right.
I think I'm gonna
Thoroughly enjoyed.
rewatch it,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna have fun kind of picking it apart, but also never the entire time I didn't think this is completely horrible and lame. I
Yes,
thought this was fun
yes.
and magical and just like wow,
Yeah,
fun.
kinda reminded
Yeah,
me of, like, One Piece in a way,
yeah,
very
yeah.
similar vibes.
But again, One Piece as a little more mature and a little more cartoony. So I mean, they did a lot more cartoony, like
Yes,
wacky
yes,
physical things.
that's true.
But all of the actors were probably a little older, so
Yeah, and they could
it was just slightly
exaggerate
better.
more. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
Sokka needs to be exaggerated. Like, everything,
yeah. He wasn't
cartoon,
as funny. He was
he wasn't as funny
hilarious
and,
in the
like, kind
original
of, like,
series.
just like, Yeah,
Yeah,
not, like, out of
yeah,
control.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's different.
yeah.
But
It's
yeah,
different.
would watch again.
Well,
I
I
would say,
will watch again.
yeah, will watch
Yeah.
again.
And then I
I'm
am
interested in
excited
the
to
next
see, I
series,
mean,
like,
based off of
seasons.
this trajectory, how would that change book 2 and book 3?
Yeah,
You know, as they adapt, and I
'cause you've
I
already got
assume,
Azula
and I
involved.
right? We already got Azulos involved. Like the Boomy arc was slightly different too. Like Boomy, like this version of Boomy was less
Psychotic.
funny and crazy,
Yeah,
but
and
like
he's like,
still like
yeah, yeah.
where like Boomy in the original show taught Aang things based on these trials. Like the trials happen, and then Aang, through the power of friendship, teaches Boomy something.
Yes, yes.
I thought that was interesting. I'm like, no. Like the whole point was that his 115 magically still alive year old earthbender with massive muscles taught you a lesson, young Avatar, because you're 12.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see what the next stage is and when
Yeah.
and
I'm
that's
excited.
happening. Probably in, like, a year, yeah.
I assume. I assume. But I think they did get like, I think they were originally going to do the 3 seasons anyway.
Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, they're, like, scheduled out to, like,
Yeah.
2026, 27. So they're coming out no matter what. They're
Yeah.
not gonna half-ass it.
So it's like right now the online people are split. Same thing like us, entertaining and everything, but like questioning certain things
Yeah,
just because we have an original beloved to
yes,
compare it to.
yes,
Again, people write your own stories, even if it's based in the same universe and same stuff.
yeah.
It could be later. It could be a sequel.
Yeah, but people are
It could
not.
be
They're all remakes nowadays. I mean, like
like
everything.
there's no
Little
need to be a
Mermaid.
full
Why are we
remake.
redoing that? It doesn't need to be redone. It's
Doesn't need to be
beautiful. It's
remake.
a cartoon. It's fine. But it's just money makers. They don't know what else to do. They just like no
But they're
quality.
like a lot of it. Well, this one is luckily on Netflix.
Yeah.
But if this was a theatrical release, do you think it would break even or like make a ton of money?
I don't know. I don't think so.
It just seems like everything that they make right now is flops.
Yeah. Or just so much hype. They hype things up so much. And then, yeah, it's like, what was that?
And you know what comes out this Friday?
What?
Dune
Dune 2?
2. Yeah,
Ooh, in
Dune
theaters?
2 in theaters.
Okay. That'll be
Yes.
sick.
That's why they had, all them on SNL
I
a
did
couple
not
weeks back.
watch that. I need to see.
This latest SNL was actually pretty funny.
Really?
It's like Shane Gilson, something.
Okay.
Um, hilarious.
Hilarious.
Actually hilarious.
Okay. I'll watch
Yeah,
it after
it was
this.
good. Good times.
Why not?
Yeah. Yeah, why not?
I
Why not?
mean, so yeah,
But yeah,
without further ado, SNL's calling my name, I guess.
I guess so. I guess we'll have to call it because live from New York, it's Saturday night.
Ciao, ciao for now.
Ciao, ciao for now.